Welcome, I'm Thomas Buchanan. I'm on maintenance. This is maintenance week 24. It is day 2. It is Tuesday. It is February 13th, the day before Valentine's Day. Happy pre-Valentine's Day. I woke up this morning weighing 211.4. I was looking at my sheet and just amazed as I sit here and look at my sheet because, it wasn't just a few weeks ago that I was 232, dropped to 225, bounced around, dropped to 220, bounced around, had a real struggle with 217, 215, dropped all the way down. I actually did touch 210, 210.4, and now I'm sort of bouncing around the 210, 213 area. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, it's important that you keep track of your weight on a daily basis. It offers encouragement to you. Hopefully, I'm an encourager to you, but seeing your weight on a sheet of paper is, it's great to have someone encourage you, but when you see that you're losing weight, that's priceless. And that's why I have you track your weight every day on a sheet of paper. And I was thinking, I woke up today at 211.4. Boy, if I could, this entire week, or maybe this week and next week, if I could stay in the 210 to 213 area, bounce around there, maybe touch 214 a time or two, that would be incredible to me, because when you're on maintenance, supposedly you've lost all the weight and you're trying to keep it within a weight range. I'm trying to do something a little different here. That's why I chose to stay on maintenance, because I felt my body wanted to drop on down weight-wise. And it's been doing that. I can remember just a few days, a week or week and a half ago, I was at 223, right? Do you remember those days with me on my journey? I certainly do. I wake up a week later, week and a half later, I'm not 223, I'm 211. I just touched 210. And to be able to, that's a lot of weight to lose, to be able to keep it off, to be able to manage it. That's priceless. I'm shooting for, I don't know, 210 on the low side, maybe 213, 214 on the high side. Let's see if I can bounce around that area before I drop on down. Remember, my goal, my all-time flat-out goal weight that I'm trying to reach is 198. That's really not that far away. It kind of seemed like, would I ever get there at 225 or 230? To be 211 point something, that's doable. We're only talking 10 plus pounds. It's not starting to get exciting, but It really is. I mean, and I was talking to someone else yesterday, yesterday evening about water fasting, and he was interested to know how I was losing weight and, what kind of special vitamins I was taking and what I was eating. And so I told him the whole plan. And if you're new to my channel, consider starting a water fast. It's easy. No supplements, no gym membership, no buy my book, no buy my CDs, no buy the prepackaged food. There's no program fee. I don't have a Patreon page. Here's the whole program for the first 7 calendar days. And he was amazed at this because if I've said this once, I've said it a million times now. For the first 7 calendar days, you're not allowed any food, obviously, on a water fast. But what surprised him is you're not allowed any coffee, tea, water. Excuse me, did I say water? Yes, you're not allowed any liquids, any food. Nothing shall pass across your lips for the first 7 calendar days. And he's like, I don't think I can do that. And I said, sure you can. I said, let me tell you what someone told me. Someone, told me about water fasting, and I had the same reaction that he had last night. I couldn't go that long without eating. Well, the guy who told me about it said, well, you already are, really. You just don't, you know, you, you don't realize it. And I said, oh, no, I'm not. And he said, oh, yes, you are. I can prove it. And I said, show me. And he said, well, what time do you go to bed? I said, I don't know, 8:30, 9, sometimes 10 o'clock. And he said, okay, let's pick 10 o'clock. And I said, fine. And he said, what time do you generally get up? And I said, I like to get up around 6. And he said, okay, that's 8 hours from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. And I said, yes, okay, I agree so far. And he asked me one question. He said, do you get up during the night and eat? And I said, oh, no, I've never done that. I'm not a nighttime eater. Oh, pardon me. And talking about sleep, it's making me sleepy. And he said, well, if you don't get up during the night and eat, you're already fasting for 8 hours, right? And I had to admit, yes, actually, you're right. I've never looked at it like that. And he said, why don't you just extend that time period? And I said, what do you mean? And he said, well, you've already agreed with me that you're fasting for 8 hours every day. And I said, okay, you got me. I admit that. He said, well, instead of fasting for 8 hours in a given day, why don't you try going 24 hours, one day fasting? And I said, I'm going to give it a try. And that's what started all this. Because again, if you know me, and I've said this many times, I've been on Jenny Craig and Nutrisystem and Ideal Protein. I have spent thousands of dollars trying to lose weight. I've done the gym membership. I've done the grapefruit diet. I've done the Dr. Phil's diet. I If it costs money, I bought into it. I'm a sucker. I believe the advertising and the marketing. And that's why on my channel, I I don't want your money. I will never ask you for $1. This is a free channel. This is a teaching learning channel. After 4 years, I am still learning. And I hope to teach and impart the knowledge that I've gained over 4 years to you. And you could see the man last night. He was seriously taking in what I was saying. And I said, and he said, what happens after 7 calendar days? And I said, you actually get to drink water. But you don't get to drink as much water as you want. You are allowed a maximum of 3 8 to 12 ounce glasses of water a day. And he said, for how long? And I said, each day you're allowed 3 8 to 12 ounce glasses of water until you reach your goal weight or until you drop dead. And I smiled. My doctor continues to gain weight, and I like my doctor. I mean, he's one of the finest men that I know, but I'm concerned about his weight, his health. It can't be good. It wasn't good for me. I started at 315 pounds, which is what I told the gentleman last night. And at some point, when we get so big and so fat and we have so many health problems, we wake up one day and we just say, no, no, no. I may not, as I said, I may not be able to control a lot in my life, but I can damn well control my weight. I can figure out the weight issue. And like I say, I tried and failed many times. The advantage to my channel is you don't have to fail. I'm giving you something that works. I'm showing you on a daily basis that this works. Now, I told you I was at 211.4. Will I be shocked if I'm 212 tomorrow morning? Not at all. I mean, when I can remember, as I told you folks, around the 225 mark, 227, it's like my body hit resistance at that point. And I finally broke through 224, 223. And then my body hit another resistance point at 220. I blew through 215 and touched 210. So I expect my weight to fluctuate around the 210, 213 area, maybe 214, who knows. And you may be a little different in your set point. You may be a little different when you hit your plateau. Maybe you only hit your plateau every 7 pounds you lose. Some of you I know have hit a plateau every 3 pounds you lose. That's fine. We're all different, but losing weight is losing weight. So I challenged him last night to try water fasting for 30 days. I explained what ketosis was and the difference between intermittent fasting and water fasting. Because intermittent fasting, you never really go into ketosis. Your body never really starts to burn fat over a long period of time like water fasting does. And it's also very humbling that medical science is finally starting to catch on. Because, used to be several years ago, especially when I started, medical science said, oh, you're crazy. Water fasting will never work. Your organs will die if you only drink 3 glasses of water a day. You'll do permanent damage if you don't drink water for 7 days. Your body can't handle that. I've heard it all. And I smile because I'm sitting here at 211.4. Did I say? Yeah, 211.4. Oh my goodness. As I live and breathe, I did not think I would see 211 until maybe in March. I mean, to hit 211.4 the middle of February, the second week in February, that's fabulous. I had another viewer contact me about my pizza remark, and I don't know why it works. And this is only for you folks on maintenance. Go to your local food store. I mean, Kroger's, Albertsons, HEB. I don't care what food store is, marketplace. Buy a thin crust pizza. Cut it in half after you cook it. And I want you to eat the entire half of the pizza. And you will still lose weight. You will not gain weight because you ate the equivalent of a half of pizza is generally about 4 pieces. Well, again, why it works, I'm not a food scientist. Uh, I'm not a doctor, never pretended to be one, would never be a doctor. So I don't know why it works. I just know it works. Now, that does not apply to you folks on a water fast. If you're water fasting, you get no food, period. You get no food, period. And to Jim, who contacted me, and he said, look, I started my water fast. I'm going to fess up. I cheated. That's okay. I've cheated a couple of times over 4 years of water fasting. I fessed up to it too. And I've got 2 comments to you, Jim. First of all, if you leave cookies and cake and ice cream in the freezer and drumsticks in the freezer, and if you leave potato chips, which is my kryptonite, laying around, you're going to eat it, whether you're water fasting or not. It's a temptation. So don't do it. The other thing, too, and I mean, we're pretty hard on ourselves. Uh, the other comment I would have to you, Jim, is don't beat yourself up because you cheated. I mean, you started a water fast to lose weight. It's not easy. I mean, I will never sugarcoat the first week to 10 days. It's just not easy to do a water fast. I mean, you think you're going to die. Your body goes through food withdrawal. Your body goes through caffeine withdrawal. Your body goes through all kinds of things. And you think, oh, I'd better eat something Because what's the one solution to all of our problems? It's food. Eat, eat. So that's why I smile, because been there, done that. I mean, adult to adult here. I know you have no willpower. Hell, I don't either. Again, put a bag of potato chips in front of me. That's my kryptonite. The slogan for Lay's, isn't it? Bet you can't eat just one. I mean, I thought they meant one bag. They meant one chip. There's no way if you set potato chips in front of me, I'm going to eat just one. I may consume one entire bag, and I'm an adult. You know, I have no willpower. Put a ribeye steak in front of me. No. Oh, I appreciate each and every one of you. A lot of times I forget to say that to my viewers, but I really do. I appreciate your comments, your questions. I'd like to know how you're doing on your water fast. Um, and also, I don't expect you to watch my channel every day. I know you're busy. You know, people are getting laid off now. We've got inflation out of control, and I'm no economics teacher, but when you go to the gas station, when you go to the food store and buy groceries, I mean, the politicians. I mean, you and I see the food inflation. I mean, do you realize a loaf of bread now costs over $4? I know you've got family issues. I know a few of you went on your own personal water fast just to clear your mind for mental health reasons, to eliminate the fog. And that will help. Water fasting will help. But as far as your problems, write them on a sheet of paper. And then I want you to order them by the number one problem that you think of most in a day, because that's what's bugging you the most, whether you realize it or not, and number them from 1 to 5 or 1 to 10. And then take action to resolve the problem. Take action to find a solution to the problem. Now, some problems are pretty easy. Don't expect to resolve your problem overnight. Some problems may take weeks or months to resolve. I had a weight problem at 315 pounds. I thought, oh, poo-pah, I can get this, I can resolve this in a month. I was wrong. It's taken 4 years. And what's rather ironic is, as I told you a few days ago, I mean, this past Friday, I was in the emergency room. It had nothing to do with being on a water fast or on maintenance, trying to maintain the weight. It had nothing to do with that at all. I've got an abscessed tooth. that decided to attack my mouth. Why on Friday? I don't know. You know, now I've got an appointment with a dentist. I'm on antibiotics. And as I said yesterday, any time I take a drug now, you'll see my weight rise from 211 to I'll gain 5 to 8 pounds. I hate drugs, absolutely hate drugs. And I'm hoping that will not occur this time, but I am fearful that it will. I mean, I don't want to go from 211 to 218 and have to get back down to 211 again because of the strong antibiotics I'm on. But, it's a life situation that I have no control over. I had no control over my tooth being infected and attacking my gums. I had no control over and really had no choice but to take the antibiotics. I mean, it's either that or be in pain like you never experienced. Obviously, I'm not a woman. I've never experienced birthing pain, but I can only imagine that's what it's like. So I tell you all this to be honest with you and say, look, there are a lot of stressors in life. Figure out what's stressing you and start addressing it. Well, my health started causing me all kinds of problems. My weight did. And I addressed it. Not overnight, not in a week, not in a month, not even in a year. But you know what? Forward progress is forward progress. That's the way you've got to look at it. Forward progress is forward progress. And so now I've got a tooth issue, or maybe multiple teeth that are going to have to be addressed. And so I've got an appointment on the 26th, which is what, about 13 days away, about 2 weeks away. And, they're going to do the x rays and yada, yada, yada. And I am being good about taking the strong antibiotics because they're like, well, we're not going to do anything until you get the infection taken care of. And the antibiotics will do that. Well, darn, why did it happen now? Why couldn't I have gone ahead and lost the last 10 pounds or 12 pounds, hit my goal weight, and then had my tooth get infected, or my gum get infected, I mean, Murphy's Law works again. So, again, I share that with you to let you know I have frustrations too. I've had financial frustrations. I've had family issues. I've had job issues. I've had health issues. Good Lord, I've had every kind of issue. I haven't had cancer. You know, I haven't had to have a breast removed. I mean, there are some things that I count my blessings that I haven't had to go down the path of some of the people and some of your challenges. But I mean, that's all life is in this world. It presents you with a challenge. And are you just going to, oh, woe is me. I'm so depressed. I think I'll go buy a dozen donuts because blah happened. I think I'll go buy 2 dozen donuts and a pint of ice cream because I'm stressed because I've got an impacted tooth. Well, that's not the proper reaction. That may be the way I reacted before water fasting, but not now. Life is going to kick you in the butt. Life is going to kick you in the butt. Life is going to kick you when you're down. And you'll just raise your hands and say, what did I do to deserve this? You didn't do anything to deserve this. That's life. Life is about working through your problems. Life is about addressing your problems. I don't care whether it's grief, maybe you had a brother, sister die, or a mother, dad, for good friend. Life is about addressing the problems that you have. You know, another good case in point, because I have a female viewer that, oh, you're just so perky and you're so happy and you never have anything bad happen to you in life. I have someone right now who obviously, and I still to this moment haven't figured out how or why, have taken over my TVs in my house. Now the big TV in the main living room, I figured out a way, because they blocked YouTube, I figured out a way around it. But it doesn't mean that they're still not toying with my big TV in the living room. I've got a smaller TV in another room that they turn on and off, and who knows what they're doing. Maybe they're channel surfing, maybe they're stealing my internet. What's it called? Uh, Not my gateway. Maybe they're stealing my internet access. I don't know. I don't know why people do what they do. I mean, but they do. So to get around the big TV, sometime between now and 4th of July, I'm going to replace my big TV in my main living room, because I don't want any device that has any inkling of some kind of software somebody created to control the TV or turn functions on and off or steal my internet, broadband, whatever. My little TV is kind of priceless to me, because my little TV, even though they don't make DVDs anymore, but my little TV has a DVD player built in, and I'd kind of like to keep it. So I'm thinking maybe I need to replace my Fire Stick and throw the current one away, or I haven't made a decision what to do on that yet. And again, I share my life with you to let you know why. Why would someone do that? you know, I just don't get it. But it causes stress in the life, in my life, you know. And so what I've come to, the conclusion I've come to is anything connected to your router, these jokers, and I don't know if it's India or Russia or China or the 10-year-old down the street, anything connected to your router can be broken into. Now, you ask the question why. I have no idea why. It's kind of like the pizza issue. I have no idea why it works. I just know it works. I have tested it personally several times, and you viewers have challenged me and have tested it, and it works, you know. But I too, on a daily basis, am faced with challenges that I have to overcome. Or I could choose to stick my head in the sand and ignore my problems and, I don't know, take up drinking alcohol and drown my sorrows in alcohol. But come on, that's no solution. I could buy drugs, you know, uh, but I, I'm 68. I was raised in the just say no era. I was raised in the never take drugs, especially illegal drugs. I mean, that's just ingrained in me. And I wouldn't do it anyway, but people do. People turn to gambling because they're financially poor. People buy lottery tickets because they're financially in distress. Look, instead of go gamble, instead of buying $100 in lottery tickets, if you're financially struggling, go get another job. It is not illegal in this country to work hard and go get a side hustle, they call it. Back in my day, it was just called a part time job. There is an answer for every problem. You just have to find it. Again, let me say that again as encouragement to you. There is an answer for every problem in your life. And if you look hard enough, you'll find it. Now, I don't know that that's true with my bowling score. I went bowling yesterday and just, I had the three worst games that I've ever bowled in the past year. I mean, you just, what am I doing wrong? But no, I'm teasing when I say that. But I mean, I too will find the solution. I will find the answer. But when it comes to bowling, when it comes to health, when it comes to family issues, don't expect instantaneous results overnight. Some things take weeks, some things take months, some things, the harder issues, may take years. So I've shared enough today. Am I excited? Hell yes. 211.6? No, 211.4. I hit 211.4 today. That's fantastic. And I'm not even water fasting. As I told you, seriously, as I told you when I was at 225 ish, 227, 228, I said, I think my body wants to lose more weight. And it did. You don't have to be water fasting to lose weight, but it helps. You can be on maintenance and still lose weight. I've proven that. 228 to 211.4. My body clearly wanted to lose a few more pounds. As long as I hit my 198 by the first week in April, I'll be happy. I don't care if I'm on a water fast or have to start a new one to achieve that goal, or if I just stay on maintenance. So that's my status update for today. Stay healthy, stay happy, get out and enjoy the day. And I realize tomorrow is Valentine's Day, but please don't go out. If you have to cook a nice dinner for your wife, cook a nice dinner for your significant other, cook a nice dinner for your girlfriend. But do not partake in food if you're on a water fast. Trust me, they will understand what you're trying to accomplish. And if they don't, maybe you didn't need them in your life to begin with. I mean, my wife understands I am hell bent on losing weight, especially after 4 years. She just knows. So, but get out and enjoy the day. Enjoy tomorrow. You can spend Valentine's Day with someone you love without food involved. I mean, everybody's going to go eat tomorrow. Well, okay, I guess. But you can do other things that are just as meaningful to celebrate Valentine's Day without food. Remember to have fun in life. We're here for such a short period of time. Our tomorrows are not guaranteed. Remember to make the most out of every day. I will see you tomorrow. Good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. And I do appreciate those who comment on my robe. My robe is now famous. Actually, it's cold here in Texas. That's why I'm wearing my robe this morning. I am literally freezing to death. But make it a great day. Make it a productive day. And remember to have fun. I'll see you tomorrow.